All right, it's me again. Let me see, where am I? On the biggest projects I have are the Cottage and the Inquisitor demo, or actually it's just a regular con game. It's going to be Death Guard or Deathwatch, and I've been working on that. So I'll show you the Marines as I've got them so far, and I've been working on slowly typing up my ideas for the secondary missions. Now, the main mission is the Marines are being sent to this planet to check out this lab and cleanse this old lab that's been lost at the fringes of the Eye of Terror. And so the Inquisitors have all sent them. The Inquisitor Conclave got together and sent the Death Guard on a black ship to this site. They'll grav shoot in, so I'll just randomize. They'll just do a land basically wherever they want to within some deviation. I'll throw like a d6 or a d10 deviation from their target point. I'll figure out something for that. I haven't really thought about it, but we'll see. All the Marines are going to basically be the same stats. They'll have a little bit different stats, just tweaked a little bit, so there will be a definite difference in their initiatives, so I can set the order. Makes sense for me as GM on that. It keeps confusion away. Also, they'll have the different kit out because on the miniatures there's different equipment, and one of them, at least one of them, is gonna be psychic or some kind of initiate. He does have the side cannon on him, so I'll probably make him a side. He'll be psychic. So that's that. So the next thing I had to do is sort of think about the main mission. I mean, yeah, you can just sort of go kill everything, but that takes away some of the RP roleplay part of the Inquisitor. Inquisitor is a skirmish role-playing game. It's a role-playing game with skirmish elements. So what I wanted was the mission. So today, when I was at work and I was kind of slow, so I came up with some mission cards and the overall mission. So the mission is to go and cleanse this, but Minarch, the fallen Inquisitor, has gone to this planet, to where the lab is, and he's meeting with some envoys from the Chaos Marines. He's meeting with an envoy. There on the planet will be the demonettes that we painted up, and the Chaos Space Marine, which will be the envoy that he's meeting with. He's there to collect a book, some old book. I haven't given its name exactly yet, but the Marines have been sent there to cleanse, but also I gave them each mission from a point of view of five different Inquisitors, or actually one of them is not an Inquisitor, he's just a Lord, he's just an ecclesiarchy. So one mission is to apprehend Minarch and bring him in for interrogation. Another one is to that the Gilmore, the book, is to be destroyed. Another one is to stop Minarch, dead or alive. Another one is to retrieve the book and bring it back. That's the Lord. He kind of wants it back so he can maybe do something with it. Maybe he has an ulterior motive. Maybe he's tainted himself. And then Inquisitor Kessel wants you to retrieve the Gilmore and return it to him, because he's a radical as well, and he thinks he can use the book. So, yeah, 2 returns, 1 totally destroy, and then 2 on the dealing with Minarch himself. So those are the main missions that each one of those Marines will have a draw of those. If I have less than 5 players, it'll be, some of those missions just won't be overlapped. They won't have a competing against it. But that's just the start of this mission. Now, I had always been thinking about having the Marines become tainted and trying to turn the others. So, after being on Conclave and throwing out some ideas on the conclave and working with some of the people there, because it's nice to brainstorm some ideas. I came up with, let me see, some cards, and I'm doing these using artwork from Blanche, and giving them a front and back. But here we are. Oh, the cards. For the regular mission cards, what I usually do is I just get these. Here, I zoom in on this. Get these cards from Amazon. They have these clear cases, and they have the little slip sleeves. And I just cut those out of regular paper and slide them into the sleeve, and then slide them into this hardcover. And they're totally durable that way. And it really gives you can shuffle them easy. You don't have to worry about them flipping, flopping, and becoming damaged. Now with these other cards, these secondary, I didn't put any secondary missions on those other cards. These are the secondary missions. And I wanted them sort of chaos tainted. I did pick up a box of sleeves. These are 50 pack of tarot size. So I wanted something a little bit different size-wise. And this is just the sleeves. I didn't get a hard piece with that, but that's all right. But the missions here, the secondary missions, I worked out that at the end of round 2 and at the end of round 4, I will hand these cards out, one to a player. Now there's 10 cards. I'll have to mix and match off of these cards dependent on how many players I have. So what I want to do is have twice as many cards as there are players. The first hand goes out at the end of round 2, and suddenly at the end of round 2, after they've landed and sort of got their feet on the ground and maybe shot some stuff up, they get the secondary mission. Now the secondary missions, they're not missions, they're kind of missions, but they're all sort of crazy. So not crazy, I mean, this one, Emperor's Light. This one, if you survive the mission untainted, you get 3 additional victory points. All those other missions are all 4 each. So these are sort of the dividers, or to help differentiate the points of victory. And not only you get 3 victory points for being untainted, but each one of your battle brothers untainted, you get +2. So this guy becomes trying to protect the group from being tainted. The next one I have here is Cleanse the Tainted. So for each VP, you get a VP for each destroyed tainted thing. So data tech, heretics, or demons. So anything that becomes tainted, you get an extra victory point. Now I put this as each, so this is unlimited. You could go crazy on getting victory points by killing demonettes. But then you'd be avoiding the main mission that you already have. So it's sort of a side gig. And then Knowledge is Power, retrieve the data. So you're gonna take an SG test, a sagacity test against the terminal, and pull out data to return. So gathering data. Another one's Hunt the Witch. You get a +1 victory point for every psychic being killed. And so the leaders of the demonette groups of 4, the Alluras, and the Chaos Magus, and possibly the Chaos Space Marine, anybody that's psychic, you get a victory point each. It's kind of limited. You won't be able to get unlimited amounts of points on here, so it is what it is. And then Mission 5, What Glorious Gifts. Collect working tech for 1 BP each. I'll throw at least the several servo skulls I have floating around. I'll throw them on the table, and so the Marines can easily collect them. It's another one where you're not going to be able to get more than maybe 5. Number 6 is, what can we use these tools for a good job? So you retrieve any we can use these tools for a good job. So basically a radical would want things, and so the Space Marine is thinking, I'm going to gather up all these manuscripts at 1 BP each. Again, it'll probably be only about 4 to 5. 7 will be Burn It All Down. I did it because I really like the picture here that I found. So you're going to get 13 victory points, just because 13 is supposedly a bad number. For destroying base, any realistic or logical ideas make it spectacular. So 13 points if you can destroy the whole base. Can you? Yeah, you could. There'll be at least 2 ships on there. One that has weapons, and that ship could that craft could be taken off and launched missiles at the site. There is a tank there, a generator. So whatever it may be, whatever they think they can do logically, roleplay wise, we could destroy it. If they conceivably destroy it with a bomb or a melt-a-bomb or something, I might put some things there like a plasma grenade or vortex grenade or something that might make it a little easier. Or maybe they can call up to the ship and have it ground down have the ship shoot it, which I had in my last mission last year. They could have a strike. Because the ship will remain in contact as long as there's not a warp storm. So they'll have to try to make a test to try to contact them. Let me see. Everything has a price, so this was more of the rogue trader type of thing. He's going to gain VP for each collected chaos items, tech, data, manuscripts, anything. So everything, gathering anything you can get. You can make a SG test at a terminal, but this is sort of an overall gather anything, and you'll get points for it. And then I have this number 9, which was suggested as well on the Conclave. Having a player make a joke at the table, gain 4 BP. Then you're going to pass all your secondary mission cards, excluding this Why So Serious card, to the right or left, 1 space. So you're going to take all the missions and move them, which is just total chaos. This is a chaos planet. It's in the edge of the warp, so this is sort of chaos sort of taking over what's going on. And then the last is tainted. So you've been tainted. You are gonna get 3 VP for each Marine battle brother that you taint, that you turn over, which will be an opposed willpower test to convert your brothers. So again, that's limited, but you're still talking. There's 5 battle bros, so your 4 other brothers at 3 points each. You're still talking 12 points. So that's the missions I came up with. Really, it's not like they're all going to get done. They're just going to cause people to think about what they're going to be doing. A lot of people would stick to the main mission. And really, playing Inquisitor, especially at a con game where it's just one-offs, you're not continuing the story, which is what I kind of want to get to the next step. I want to make a story with a same players with teams that are repeating. I want to get to that point. This is just sort of my last sort of one-off, I'm hoping, is I got all the Marines painted, which is what I wanted to do. And I'm using the lab that I got done last time. And so I'm just trying to make it a fun exposure to the game. You could be a brand new player. It's going to be a lot easier for me to do the training part of the mission. I'm only planning to have like a half hour or 45 minutes of just explaining how Inquisitor works, just because I've done it so many times. And you're only going to have one character. It's a lot easier to deal with. And basically you're going down on a planet shooting everything. So I figure it's going to be simple. We'll see how it goes. Might go badly, might go well. I'm thinking it's going to go pretty well. It's going to be, there's not a lot of enemies. Your battle brothers are your battle brothers. You're working together for the most part, depending on who gets tainted. There's going to be some missions that are going to sort of crisscross. I mean, there's some missions where they want everything destroyed. There's missions where they want things saved. So that's going to have to be a tussle. But that's where I'm at with this. And that's the update I wanted to give you guys. That's where I'm at. I have, what is today? Today is April 20th as I record this. I have until May 2nd to be ready. So that's May 2nd in the morning. That's packed in there, setting up. So really, I don't have, I have maybe May 1st is my last work day to get this ready. So we're looking at 2 weeks, period, to get this done. And I'm fairly confident that's going to happen. I got almost all the missions done. Well, I do have all the missions done as of today. I just got to cut them out and make them my cards. I need to work on the character sheets for the Marines, and I'll get that done this week. And then I need to finalize the table. And that's just to take a few pictures when it's done, so I know basically what I'm setting it up when I get to do the event on Saturday the 2nd. There we are. And with that, I'm going to say goodbye. Until then, I'm going to get back to work. All right, I've been working on these guys. This is the same guy that you've been looking at, the Blood Angels Death Guard. And what I've decided to do is I went ahead and got everybody else sort of caught up on the black parts of their outfits. So there's that guy, and there's this guy, and there's a tumble over there we'll deal with. So I got all the black bits, and then I just have to pull out the color, really. That's all that really needs to happen with these guys. So getting all their parts, and then I'll go into deciding what they're going to be. I think maybe a salamander. I think I was saying basilisk, but I was thinking that was an older version of the salamander. I might just go ahead and go salamander on this guy. So that's as far as I got with these guys. I spent the weekend on working on the cottage, which you'll get updates on that later. But I really wanted to get a jump on these guys since I'm down to 2 weeks, basically. So this is where I got them now, and I've gone over the golds and the silvers with a lot of different washes just to get the aged look. I'll go back and highlight when I'm getting the other color done, but that's where I got on those. So continue on.